Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. It's time for our second best of 3 series, the final opening round of the Summit 3 presented by Gigabyte China Phase 2. We've got Invictus Gaming versus VG Gaming Potential. You got excited there for a second. You should stay excited because VG Potential, well, maybe they'll surprise you a little bit. They came all the way from Phase 1. They qualified out of that initial pool to make it up here. A couple upsets along the way, so we'll see if they're up to snuff against the mighty Invictus Gaming. Potential favorites to take this whole tournament itself and make it to the LAN finals. So we'll see. Let's go ahead and look at this draft and see what's going on. I am Zyori. I'll be slated to solo cast again for the rest of today. Cinderin will be joining me tomorrow. We'll have some big matches coming up. Elimination Day indeed. And hopefully you'll be joining joining us for that as well. So, IG, well, no big surprise here. Lion Shadow Fiend going to be their opener. The Lion, probably your Chuan hero. They love to secure that Lion nice and early. One of the reasons I put Chuan in my pool. And these stompier games, he's pretty damn good on that Lion. He'll find kills left and right. Vici, they open up with Storm Spirit. So Lion, a great hero to go up against him in general. A lot of teams will pick Lion to try and deal with Storm Spirit. Gives you a nice hex to initiate on him, follow up stun. And the burst from the finger often does not give him that opportunity to zip back to safety. Also a good support to try and protect that Shadow Fiend mid. I reckon if that Earthshaker gets left in the pool, a good chance that it will be picked up for IG to protect that Shadow Fiend mid, and then open up more space for the Lion to spend some time farming around in the jungle, getting those stacks going, and making progress on that quest towards the Blink Dagger. Vengeful Spirit for VG Potential. Nothing too crazy about it. A support that really needs no introduction. Pretty safe pickup here. Initial bans, Wisp and the Queen of Pain, first by VG Potential. Making some sense. We've seen Queen of Pain be the talk of the town, and especially out here in the East, it seems like she is definitely first pick material. Teams in the other scenes in Europe as well as North America will first pick her, maybe not as commonly out here. Bat Rider also, we've seen him first banned every single game, and you should pretty much expect that when you're out here in China. Troll Warlord also the second ban from IG. Here we'll move into the fourth ban from VG Gaming Potential. That'll be the Clockwork as it gets back over to IG, who take out the Sniper. So we'll see what exactly goes on in the mid lane. Will probably be the Storm versus Shadow Fiend. Imagine just banning out the Sniper to cover their bases here. They could always grab something like a Viper, Razor, if they really want to deal with this Shadow Fiend and put Storm in the safe lane. If they are confident in their safe lane farming player. I believe SSS is... he goes under a different tag. I think he is also XLL, if I'm not mistaken. VG Potential... one of these teams that has a roster name that doesn't really make much sense, but they're typically Queen of Pain player. Here you go. Axe and Jug, the third picks for both sides. There's your Burning hero for IG, the Dirty Jug Pickers. Burning has been playing a lot of Juggernaut. His hero pool has not been super diverse, and we've seen him play Jug quite a bit. We've seen him do an array of different builds. We've even seen the boots first. I'm going to get first blood. Let's be super aggressive build. We've seen games where that's backfired, and at Major All-Stars in particular, we've seen how well he can actually recover with this hero. So very flexible, and we'll see Burning do a variety of builds depending on how this game goes, how much they dominate the lanes, and what things look like after the initial laning stage starts out. Axe for VG Potential, pretty safe pick there. Good synergy with the Venge. Opening up some Roche possibilities here on the Dire side. May look for another minus armor piece to go with their team. And, well, for now, they get their safe lane carry. It's the Dro Ranger. We saw her third banned, I think, in all 3 games of our opening series by HGT, if I'm not mistaken. And, well, we'll see what VG Potential have in mind. Witch Doctor, the fourth pick for Invictus Gaming also. I think Chuan will probably be on the Lion, and Faith will play the Witch Doctor, but 2 classic supports. Great stuns, lockdown, some sustainability there with your Voodoo Restoration, a little Poodoo, and the Death Ward for a little team fight synergy. Both of them can defend the Shadow Fiend as need be, make some space for Burning. Some great pushing potential out of IG also. You don't normally think of this as a pushing lineup, but you've got the Healing Ward from the Jug once you get the Mana Boots on the Witch Doctor, and he's got the Voodoo Restoration. You can siege towers pretty easily. Shadow Fiend will burst down the waves with his Shadow Rays, and then you can just go to work on the tower, healing everybody up with some mana sustainability. Lion being there with his mana drain to constantly have mana for Hex or Impale initiation. Final band's coming out. Spirit Breaker taken out by the Radiant, or the Dire rather, and the Radiant banning out the Visage. Scared of that Visage Dro. Always a threat when those two are in the pool and one of them's picked up, and you kind of have to ban the Visage here if you're IG. Never fun to play against that rat style. Even if you're confident, even if you're heavy favorites like this kind of a matchup, still not something you want to give away. Actually, looking at Dota 2 Lounge, what are the bets for this matchup? 91% for IG. That is not a value bet. Oh, mama. You get 0.1 for 1. That's the value for betting on IG here. 9.6 for 1 for VG potential. My, oh my. Final picks. What does IG want? They'll need their offlaner here. What's Luo want to play? Against the Storm Spirit, preferably somebody with some stuns and a little bit of lockdown. A Tide Hunter could work all right here. Not something that's particularly popular, nor too strong in the meta right now. Let's see. Looking at heroes. What offlaners have they been running? Bat Rider has been banned out. Broodmother has been banned out. Clockwork also. A lot of offlaners banned out. What does that leave for Luo? Bristleback could be an option. He's still in the pool here, and they could use a nice beefy frontliner to keep their carries safe. Peel, get a little bit extra slow. He could get a basher as well, so could give you that stun that you need. Earthshaker's also made it all the way through the pool. We could see the offlane Earthshaker. I don't know that's something IG do too often. Also Wind Ranger. Beastmaster, all these options, and wow, okay, they do it different. It's a Darkseer, little Ishkafel on the field. I love it. Awesome, and there's the Phoenix. How could we forget about her, him, it, whatever the hell she is? That'll be the final pick here for VG potential. Okay, caw indeed. Good drafts on both sides. VG potential, I remember from Phase 1, I did cast a couple of their games. They didn't do anything too crazy. They drafted actually surprisingly standard, and it seemed like they were sort of a second-tier team, not really because of drafting, just execution. Just those little nuances where you'll see a team like IG just be a little more tight, not give up as much space. Expect VG potential here to maybe be just a little bit less fluid with their movements, maybe a little more indecisive, and just not quite as cohesive. I think the key is going to be Secret here on this Storm Spirit. He needs to have a good one. They're going to have to make some space for him and make sure he has at least a decent laning stage. This Shadow Fiend's going to have help. Chuan will be here on the line. Expect him to roam around a lot. He's already starting off boots first. We'll probably pick up a smoke early on. Burning, he'll go boots first as well. So this is that risky build I was talking about. This is what IG likes to do when they are heavy, heavy favorites, as they are in this matchup. They'll go for a fast first blood and just try to snowball Burning. If this is successful, maybe something like an Aghanim Scepter could be an option if he really wants to get kooky and stop off. And if things get a little rocky, he'll just go pure farming, probably pick up a Battle Fury, just stack Ancients, rotate around the map, and just farm until they can take over in the mid-game. There will still be a lot of pressure on the Dro Ranger as well. We'll see a little skirmish break out here for the top bounty rune. IG rotating 5 heroes up. They're ready to rumble. Luo on the Darkseer. This is the interesting kind of wild card pick. I haven't seen this guy in a while. I haven't seen Luo play in a while either. Maybe that's because I haven't been watching IG games, but still pumped up. Ferrari, he'll find the top rune here on the Swagger Fiend, and down bottom they'll keep it safe for Secret on the Storm Spirit. So looking at the Dire side, it will be Yang on the Axe. He'll be headed to the off lane, and a safe lane try for VG potential. SSS, I believe this is XLL on Dat Dota, and on Vulcan, he'll be their position 1 player. James on the support Phoenix with all the S's and dogfights. Make sure you get at him on Twitter. It's a 1 instead of an I. He'll be here on the Vengeful Spirit. Boots first as well, with a Clarity picked up already. Ends up being an aggro try out of IG. Both supports up here, hungry for first blood. Already, Hex has been leveled up by Chuan and Faith with the Coconut ready to rock and roll. Burning will get some space in the lane. Remember, he did go boots first here. But already, Dro zoned out, not doing a hell of a lot. Has a Quelling Blade and Ring of Protection. So, expecting to have trouble farming, hoping to just CS quietly, maybe a little bit more passive early on. IG going to bring the fight to them. James not going to be able to stack. Chuan will go over and interrupt that. Nicely played there. In the mid lane, Shadow Fiend off to a little bit of a slow start. This is where Storm does have an edge in the lane. And without any support nearby, Ferrari will just have to make do and scrape by to try to find some last hits and get those initial Necromastery stacks going. Already finding his level 2. So Luo ends up in the safe lane, farming against Axe. This is one of few melee matchups that Axe doesn't have just a super easy time with. Maybe not really one-sided in favor of the Darkseer, but the Ion Shell will do decent damage to Axe. It will allow Luo to farm pretty well. You look at the CS, and already they're dead even, both finding quite a few last hits. So this will just be a farm fest. Should be good news for IG. I think one of the big problems with Darkseer right now is that he takes a lot to come online. As an offlaner, usually you'll see him just move into the jungle. Doesn't jungle that fast when he has a slow start, and we'll just have to recover. But here we'll see initiation. Dro Ranger definitely going down here. Burning, saving the Blade Fury. Doesn't even need it. They give the first blood over to Faith, and it will be the Witch Doctor that finds that bonus gold. Easy for IG, and they will start off with a bang. VG supports. They start moving around here, and that leaves the Dro isolated the second they leave the lane. VG.P. Now James, he walks right into it. Will Icarus dive across? Okay, he's safe and sound. But just look how much damage he took from that. He'll be relegated back to the well, and now they still have this power play over the Dro Ranger. Meanwhile, Dogfights trying to snipe a courier mid. Looks like IG are privy to it. Taking old Derpy here. Drodo, the Druffin. What's he got here? A Soul Ring recipe. It's coming out to the Darkseer, so not even headed mid. Looks like Ferrari doesn't quite have that bottle money yet anyhow. So a little bit of wasted time for Dogfights. A noble effort to try and snipe the courier there. If you could kill the bottle or kill the courier with the bottle on it, definitely worth your while. That basically wins mid for the Storm Spirit. Still dominating pretty hard. 14-5 compared to the 8-2 Ferrari. Still plenty of time for him to recover. No stacks in the Ancients, or, well, that is a true statement, but no stacks in the jungle either. Just some Mud Golems for now and a camp of the Centaurs. See a smoke in the base. Let's see, what do we have here? Vengeful Spirit hands it over to the Phoenix, and they will be smoked up. We'll see what they can do with this gank. Looks like they'll put some pressure on mid, but up top, they're going to stun over the tree line onto the Dro Ranger. Coconut bouncing around, Burning will use the Blade Fury this time, and definitely going to find a kill on the Dro. Meanwhile, mid, Ferrari could be in some trouble here. The smoke will get revealed. Dogfights tries to dive the tower. Chuan TP's in right away. And Ferrari will stay safe and moved into Fog. Was already safe before the TP, really, but with the Lion here, they'll definitely be repelled. James is still smoked up. Maybe they'll be able to catch Chuan as he heads towards the top lane. Secret, only level 5. No way to close the gap here. Hits him with the overload, but now Faith is coming on in. No Voodoo Restoration. Low on mana as well. Has already used his stun. Chuan, he's getting low, trying to finish off James. Ferrari's on his way over. Chuan will go down to the Phoenix, and he is the first to dive it. Now Burning, joining the party. Secret with no way to jump out. Raise on 2. Nicely played by Ferrari. And Burning will start to close the gap here with his phase boots. Witch Doctor gets the kill on the Storm, and Dogfights will feel the wrath of the Juggernaut as the sword cuts his backside. IG further their lead 5-1 now, and find a solid 800 net worth gain out of that little trade. Meanwhile, in the bottom lane, still a farm fest as Darkseer and Axe continue to go at it. Axe, he's hasted up, almost level 6. Luo, he is level 6, has the surge, but if a creep dies here, this could be scary. There's your Berserker's call. Yang maybe finds the kill here. Is the battle hunger enough? It looks like it will be. The regeneration keeping him alive, but he will fall. It's not enough. Axe gets a kill on the bottom. That makes it 5-2. We're going to glance at the graph. IG ahead about 2,500 net worth and 1,500 XP. All right, great start for the Radiant side. Seems like VG potential putting a lot of stock in this Axe. At this rate, he'll have a well-timed Blink Dagger 5 minutes in with 1,200 gold towards it. Moving through the Radiant jungle, we'll have some support coming down. Good old Yames here, the level 2 Phoenix. Maybe a Blink Dagger here could start to turn things around, but up top now, dive behind the tower. Chuan and Faith getting aggressive onto Dogfights. Dro Ranger with 7 last hits, still no boots. She is poor as can be, collecting those welfare checks and still struggling to make ends meet for her family. This is tough. Burning, getting all the space that he's ever wanted. Now phase boots with the Morbid Mask, laying into this tier 1 tower. Checking back into the jungle here. Icarus dive away. James will stay safe from the Shadow Fiend. And Dro just hiding in the trees. Stay in the trees, Dro. That's where you need to be, baby. Oof. Oh, boy. Luo, here we go. Ion Shell up. Icarus dive on cooldown for a long while. The little guy's going to try to punch him, sees the TP in, will try to scoot out, but now Secret's here. Hits him with a Remnant. Luo in big trouble, will try to surge away. There's mana for the ball lightning. Pudding Pop, that's going to find the kill. Darkseer in the grave, and a little hyper-aggressive there from Luo. Not quite what he had in mind, perhaps. Now, Burning doesn't have the Omni Slash yet, but Phase Boots will isolate the Drow Ranger. Eats through the tree line. Nicely played by SSS, but is it actually enough? It's a Drow Ranger sandwich, a 3-on-1. They're going to trap her in the tree line. Burning starts to give her the sword, and she'll hit the deck. Meanwhile, in the mid, Ferrari gets a kill onto the Phoenix, now on the run behind the tower. No blink on the Axe. He will dive deep, but now Faith takes a stun. Berserker's Call. The RNG's there on the swings. Axe now tanking the tower. Schwan sets up for the raises with the stun. Axe will fall, and it's a 1-for-2 around the map. IG lose their faith, but it works out in the end for Ferrari. Now 1-0-3 on this Shadow Fiend, finally getting a lot of momentum, just about maxed out souls, and reigning domination all over this Dire side. Burning, cutting the wave up top now, our net worth leader, as he tries to pressure this tower. Yames will come in, try and leech what XP he can, and he'll find his level 4 off this, so not too bad, but as one might expect, IG kind of dominating through the laning phase here. Even Luo, who's got a little hyper-aggressive, you know, made some fun little plays here. He's still doing just fine. Lots of farm on him. Axe besting him for now, but oh, these supports on the Dire side so poor. Phoenix still in the triple digits, and this Vengeful Spirit barely in the 4 digits with just brown boots. Chuan pretty broke himself, but at least decently leveled. Dogfight's only level 3. Lion at the beginning of 5, and we'll see Faith here, soon to be 5 himself. The ganking squad here smoked up, both with their boots online. Looking to put some pressure on. Maybe the Drow Ranger is your target of choice here. She's just farming up the Alpha Wolves. No vision in that area for IG, but uh-oh, they're going to make it easy. Secret, he zips to the rune, walks right into him, and that's an easy kill for 430. Lines up the raises and gets another one on the scoreboard. 2-0-3 on him. Now the rotation back up top. Burning just about to finish off the first tower of the game. The glyph's already been used, and oh, Phoenix almost gets the deny, but Burning bests him with patience. Omni Slash for good measure, just clowning all over the bird, and says, have fun being reborn. Call my sword. Burning. Tearing it up. 5.3K on the net worth chart, feeling good. Yang still doesn't have the Blink Dagger, just got into territory to buy it, picks it up back home, and a smoke gets bought by the Phoenix. So it looks like VG Gaming potential ready to turn up the juice, get aggressive on the backside of this Blink Dagger. Drow Ranger soon to be 6, so that'll buff up her aura a little bit, and maybe she can start participating a little as well. Really needs to start finding some assists, finding something to get some momentum here. Still doesn't even have a Basilius. Burning now chipping at the tier 2. Mask of Madness online. Probably a Yasha coming out next, but still quite a bit of gold saved up. Chuan and Faith just farming in the Dire jungle for now. They know people are lingering nearby, and they are happy to take a fight on this Drow if possible. Here's the smoke rotation from Dogfights and Yang, though. He's got the Blink Dagger. Smoke gets broken by Chuan. Berserker's Call on 2. Chuan gets stunned up. He's probably going down here. There's your slam dunk. They decapitate the Lion. Burning in face, like, let's just get the hell out of here. It's a 4-on-2 long-range zip from Secret. He does have a vortex, but they don't even need it. Another dunk for Yang. He's on the double, blinks forward, catches Burning now. Blade Fury away, no Omni Slash, but does have a Mask of Madness. Might still be able to make it out of here. Secret, he will connect, and Burning's going down. It's a triple kill for the Axe. The Blink Dagger reveal, a smashing success for the Dire, and they actually have a sign of life here. 1,600 on Axe as soon as he picks up the Blink. You look at that, and sweet money all over this Axe, and that's just the kill on Burning on the recap. Puts a little dent in that golden XP graph. Well, the whole time, though, Ferrari was getting a lot of space, starting to feel the lags, hopefully just a hiccup. He will move into a Yule Scepter, so he's going for a farming tool himself. But not going to be that easy rollover for IG where they win in 15 minutes. VG potential showing us that they do have some potential after all.
Tower is under attack.
All right, so Luo's going to farm up. What kind of items will the Darkseer go this game? Looks like he'll be the mech carrier, so makes sense there as the Shadow Fiend will be able to just go for his farming tool. And based on all the fighting that's been going on so far, mech seems like a pretty smart item. Dire side, Dro Ranger. Let's see the recovery farm. Morbid Mask. All right, good farming tool for her. Probably going to be the Mask of Madness, so she can just rise through the jungle easily. How's Secret doing? Mas o menos here on the Storm Spirit. 1, 2, and 4. He's been pretty active, found a few kills, but only 46 last hits. That's his bottleneck right now. You look at 430, he's up at 70. Burning, Luo, all 70 plus right now. Storm making little to no progress towards an Orchid. Did pick up the Soul Ring, so maybe it will be Bloodstone first, but still not very close at all. And really need to get him balling a bit out of control. They need somebody on this Dire side to continue following this momentum. Yang can't do it himself. He's going to be forced into a BKB up next here, it looks like, with his Ogre Club. I think a good call, but now who's doing the damage? This is where Storm Spirit needs to take over and just drop that mana pool all over Burning's face. But easier said than done. Now he's got the Yasha. He's got this core kit ready to farm, ready to fight. Chuan level 6. He's ready to finger some fools, and there you go. The Death Ward. Online, ready to rock. Both teams smoked up. VG potential. They're down bottom. They're hungry for blood, too. Looks like they're feeling like this Storm needs to find some kills, and IG feeling the same. IG smoke will expire. Look at these aggressive wards here. Atypical spots, but right behind farming locations. A little bit of vision into the lane. Now the Yule Scepter is out on 430. He's also hasted up here as they clear out the jungle. Vici potential, their smoke about to expire as well. They'll just clear out the jungle on their way through. Both teams with the same idea. Doesn't look like anyone will get caught unless they find the Dro Ranger. You see him just eating further and further into the trees here, using that Quelling Blade. I don't think they'll find him unless he accidentally pokes forward here and shows himself in lane. Really no reason they should venture into the trees like that. And it looks like VG Gaming a bit indecisive here. Not sure if they want to commit into the tower or back out. They will lose this race. Radiant have the glyph to burn. Dire used theirs already. Tier 2 up top will fall. And now IG, they can look at high ground here, or they can retreat to defend this Tier 1. Looks like they'll choose the former. Dro Ranger still just hiding in the tree line. She doesn't have a TP either. So if they go high ground here, force TP back, it'll still be a 4v5. And no, instead they wrap around mid lane. They've got creeps pushed up, and this will just end up being an easy set of Tier 2 towers for IG. And if they lose only a Tier 1 out of this, talk about a good trade. They also make space for Faith to get this ward down. Another atypical warding spot gives a lot of good vision about the movements of VG potential, just when they're going to come to defend, where they may be, anticipating that a fight may break out, and they have an interest in defending this Tier 2 mid. They'll leave Secret behind down bottom. He's got a TP scroll ready to go. Rest of the Dire's team starts to make movements towards the Tier 2 mid. Phoenix still pretty far away from that Midas, but level 8 does have the egg for now. And Luo just goes back to farming up top, has his mech completed. IG, it seems like, just happy to force a rotation back. They'll leave this ward down for now, save it for another day, and head back to friendly territory. Now the Dire, they do something similar as they rotate through. They do put a few wards down, one right smack dab in the middle of the jungle, and one on the high ground here on the Radiant side of the river. Another pretty good access point kind of towards the Roche pit, if that becomes an option. And for general movements of IG, though, I think these IG wards may be a little bit more useful for now. Gem not coming out quite yet, but there are sentries for the Dire side, so VG potential will look to try and get some counter wards down here. We'll see what Venge can do. She's got one left. I think they're going to try and put it on the high ground here, and there you go. That atypical warding will pay off, just barely out of range. Very nicely done by IG with these funky ward spots. Kind of just showing us why they're so far ahead of VG potential on both the bets and the scoreboard. 430 mid. Double damage rune in the bottle. Hungry for blood, looking for kills. He'll just continue farming for now. IG know that they're pretty far ahead right now, and they've got that luxury of they can sit back and farm with their carries, or they can get aggressive if they so please. They'll let Burning just continue to find some growth here. Only 1,500 gold on him for now. Does he have anything in the bank? No. I feel like he should have a little more farm than that, but either an SNY or a Manta style probably on the way. Could just be looking at a Scotty coming out. I think Basher, definitely a worthy pickup for him this go-around also. Dro Ranger just with her power treads. Ooh, Secret's actually out of mana up top. Empty bottle, but no way to punish it here. Looks like it will be Bloodstone first for Secret. He's got the point booster now in tow. IG making more aggressive movements into the jungle. Take a look at their vision, and this ward just not quite giving him the intel on where that Storm Spirit is. Just barely stays out of fog. Lucky movements from him, as they definitely would have jumped on him. Blink Dagger for Chuan, still not out. About 2/3 of the way there, has the Tranquil Boots. Once that blink comes out, always a scary time. Earnest Shadows for Faith. He'll be on that position 5, so yeah, there's your Urn picked up. But Aghanim Scepter not on the horizon anytime soon, despite IG holding on to about a 7,500 net worth lead. Roshan options here available for VG potential. IG actually don't have any vision around that area of the map, but looks like they will be more interested in just clearing out the Radiant jungle. Both teams really have the same idea. Take an aggressive posture and try to punish anyone who sits back and continues farming. But when both teams are doing that, it ends up having kind of the same effect. The double damage rune has been popped on 430. He'll have a BKB coming out. And just not going to scout out anyone from VG potential in the dire jungle. They are grouped up in the bottom, sort of acting as if they want to pressure this tier 2 tower bottom. I don't know if this is really the right place. Secret's not with them, and they need their Storm for damage. Maybe Axe could jump one, look for a dunk, but this is kind of an awkward rotation. 4 heroes all grouped up. Only one of them really farming well, which is the Dro Ranger. I guess you could say the same for IG, where they're kind of grouped up as well, just utilizing this hard camp, giving some farm priority over here to Chuan. So he can look towards a blink, burning, just in the enemy jungle, happy as a clam, in his own world, just farming away, playing with his toy cars, doing what burning does best, finding these efficient farming options, pushing the lane, utilizing these hard camps, and not number 1 on net worth, but still top 2, feeling pretty solid. 2,300 gold now. We'll see what he wants to grab next. If it's a Basher, and looks like the ultimate orb could be just Manta style on the way. Haven't really seen what the Storm is doing. Maybe anticipating that Orchid. Could still be an Orchid after the Bloodstone as well. I think Manta style, always a good item against Storm, even if he's not going Orchid first item. Maybe waiting on 430 to get his BKB. IG just playing it safe for now. Almost a Blink Dagger here on Luo. I reckon that's what he's going for next. Could be looking at a Shivas, maybe a Bloodstone of his own if this farm continues. Still only 18 minutes in. Doesn't really feel like we're going towards late game as IG are just continuing to out-farm VG Gaming potential. We've got Phoenix just kind of AFK in the tree line here. Still no Hand of Midas. Finally, your Mask of Madness out on the Dro Ranger. Her recovery is... it's coming along. Still not really looking that scary, but at least not completely poor. Her food stamps have been taken away. She's now able to buy meals for her family. That's nice. Providing. She is a single mother after all. Got to be a provider. It's a tough life. You got to save money to get back to college. Burning now, rotating through the mid lane. He'll clear out the Radiant jungle, and IG will just rotate to pressure this bottom lane. They've got like the flying V moving on. The IG movements are pretty impressive. It's insane how efficient they are, where they maximize efficiency with safety. Where you've got 2 supports that are always looking for opportunities to find a gank or make sure your carry's not left alone. They'll stay with 430 here. Burning, only farming the enemy jungle when they're pretty confident that VG potential are in the Radiant jungle. They've got deep wards, so they know they're not lingering around at the deep camps. And then they just rotate through. Burning moves across the map, finds farm mid, and then they all just rotate around. Sharing is caring, and that's part of the reason they're just going up and up. It's starting to flatline a little bit, I guess. We're finding very efficient farming paths. Surprising to me, they're not stacking up Ancients. That could be something that Burning just clears out. But come on, let's see some blood. All right, here we go. Smoke from IG. They are hungry. Is this just a Roche smoke, or is this we want to kill something smoke? It's the former. All right, they want an Aegis, and maybe with the Aegis, they'll be hungry for some blood. Ward on the high ground. There it is, the Gozu vision. We'll take a look at what Radiant see right now. Dire, they're totally blind. Not a single ward down on the map, but it does get pinged out. Storm Spirit, suspicious, but they're not going fast enough. Here we go. Icarus dive in. They see how low Roche is. Axe caught inside of the Yule Scepter. Nicely played by 430, and that secures an easy Roche. Essentially uncontested. Aegis of the Immortal goes the way of the Shadow Fiend. Beautifully done. Swift decision-making, crisp execution, and they stop that Axe dead in his tracks. So now IG, they group up as 5. They're ready. They want this tier 2 tower mid. Blink Dagger gold just about there on Chuan. 1 kill and they'll have it. His finger is ready. But where's he going to insert it? Is there an orifice available? Tier 2 tower. All right, taking some damage. No glyph for the Dire side. Icarus dive. Just going to tickle him. They will counter ward the high ground here, recognizing the tier 1 down bottom could be the next stop for IG. Chuan finds Yames. Oh, the fog behind the tree. Cute little play there, but doesn't matter. Fingers available, and it looks like the bird will open up and take it. Now, VG Gaming potential, split pushing. Tier 1 in the top lane, taking some damage, but they'll be happy to trade that for the high ground. Vici, you don't have a glyph. You got to get back, boys. It's time to defend. Tier 3 tower taking a lot of damage. Here we go. Secret. He TP's back. Will zip around. Storm. Okay for now, but they lose their tier 3 tower. Dro gets the tier 1 up top. Still not coming back. Will continue to split push. Now buyback from the bird. TP's forward. IG play this one safe. They are happy just to get the tier 3. They'll come back to try to punish the Dro Ranger. Chuan, here we go. Blink forward. Hex will wait out the Earth Spike. Has it here, but silence from the Dro. This might be enough to survive, but Burning has the Omni Slash. Mini stun to interrupt. Finds an easy pickoff. Dro Ranger in the grave. The safe play from IG provides some extra dividends. An invisibility rune also picked up on 430. Uh-oh, there's a sentry ward down from the Dire, though. 430 going to walk right into it. Dogfights has a stun. Ferrari does. Oh, it doesn't matter. There you go. Oh, he mistimes it. Spirit Bomb going to be off the mark. That's embarrassing. Dogfights will still get punished here. He ends up going down to the Witch Doctor. Egg will stun Ferrari, perhaps. BKB's on, but he'll be able to tank through it for now. Faith falls. The Storm Spirit joins the party, but now Yang taking the right clicks of 430. He can't take the heat. He's trying to get out of the kitchen. Same can be said for Chuan on the backside. He will blink around, kiting the Phoenix. In comes the Juggernaut, though. Phoenix does not have a dive. Burning. He's fast. He's just going to chase him down. A crit for the win. We'll find the kill. Now back to the other side. Zip back defensively from Secret. Luo low on mana. Won't be able to pursue. Looks like a 1 for 3. They still have the Aegis in tow. A good trade for IG once again. 4-figure gain there. They've still got 2 minutes on the Aegis. 430 heads up to the high ground. Just starts lobbing into the ranged barracks here. Looks like they're feeling the lag too. Kale. Get your Zyori Kale out, ladies and gentlemen. We got a little Kale on the field. All right, looks like we're going to have a go at it. Here's the resume. So 430 with the Aegis still in tow. Burning. He's got some big items on the way via the courier. What do we have? The beginnings of a Scotty. Now Luo up top. Caught by the Vortex. Stunned by the Venge, but Chuan's there. He lives long enough to mech. Now the swap. Dogfight's in trouble. Secret low on mana, but will zip to safety. Burning gets another one. Now the tier 3 tower up top under heavy assault. 16-8. It is IG coming out ahead. They clear out the mid lane of barracks. And they will go into this tier 3 up top. Burning now initiated on. In some trouble. A big vacuum on 3. Sets up for a level 1 Blade Fury. Not too much damage, but Burning will live. Now Ferrari trying to set up for some shadow raises. Yule's out onto Yang. Fingers there from the Lion. Chuan gets another. That's a level 2 finger. Now Secret trying to make it back to the well, but raises get set up by the Earth Spike. It's another for 430. He's now dominating 4-0 and 5. This could be the end for VG Gaming potential. SSS still split pushing. He's losing barracks, but he's getting tier 2 towers. At least he's making something happen out there on the field. 430, Spirit Bomb onto Yames. He goes right back from whence he came. We'll see if the bird can be reborn, but the barracks certainly won't. Tier 3 tower bottom does go down. Dro Ranger has a Ghost Scepter. She's ready to survive against an Omni Slash. Or possibly a Death Ward. Will back out his Faith, retreats back home to repel the push. 2 lanes of barracks down, still a tier 1 tower standing in the bottom lane, so IG will have to back out at least for now. Aegis expiring here in less than a minute, so, well, I don't think it really matters to be perfectly frank. Uh-oh, Dro Ranger, does she get caught here? TP out, Chuan, not silenced, but doesn't have a blink and won't be able to find her. She will head back to safety. Let's look at this graph here. Just about 20k net worth, somewhere about 12k XP the lead for IG, and the comeback potential for VG Gaming potential just doesn't feel like it's there. You've got a Bloodstone on the Storm, but already down to 6 charges. BKB on Yang hasn't felt like it's done a hell of a lot so far. Still a 9-second charge. Maybe some hope there, but everyone else, still nothing. James, still no Hand of Midas recipe, only about halfway there. And, well, Dro's not doing any damage. She's hitting for less than kittens right now. She's really hitting for pillows, I think is what it is. So even though she can survive a little bit now, how are you surviving? Ooh, VG Gaming Polar. This is a desperation smoke here. They want to defend this tower. Burning. He's not going to see it, but Yang, he reveals the smoke. Oh, no, you little biscuit. His blink got broken by the ion shell there. He'll still go forward, though. Tries to jump onto Burning. He'll BKB, but that won't save you from the crits of the Juggernaut nor the Omni Slash. Burning bounces around, secures a kill on the Axe. Phoenix Egg comes in, but they'll crack that shell easy as pie. Humpty Dumpty took a fall. And that's what the Phoenix has reincarnated this game. The GG is called. It's Invictus Gaming that take game number 1. It comes as a surprise to few. 91% favorites coming into this matchup here, but they take it. It's an interesting game and not a complete walkover. At least one good fight for the Dire side. VG Gaming potential will fight to live another day. They've got game 2 around the corner. This is winner bracket, so no one eliminated off this. Quite the showing for Ferrari. Glad he's my shot caller, 5-0-6. And of course, Burning, 9-1-5. Could we even be surprised? I think not. With that, folks, we're taking a break, and then we're coming into Game 2. Stick around. I'm Zyori, slated to solo cast today. I'll have Cinderin joining me for the coverage tomorrow. You're watching Summit 3 by Gigabyte. This is Phase 2 of China. Stick around. We're coming right back.
I was actually one of the first people to sign up